In light of recent controversy surrounding the NFL, Monday Night Mentions is a social media campaign that will attempt to change the public's perception of the NFL's actions taken against domestic violence and personal conduct policies. Effective immediately and for the rest of the season, from now until February 2nd, Monday Night Mentions will be led by the NFL on Twitter every Monday night during game time to show women the league now has them in mind, on and off the field. All 32 teams, players, coaches, sponsors, and fans will be asked to participate in Monday Night Mentions by mentioning or tagging a woman they admire, respect, or love in a tweet with the hashtag Monday Night Mentions. Those players and coaches involved in direct game action during each Monday night hashtag session will be asked to use TweetDeck to schedule at least one Monday Night Mentions tweet while they are on the field. To culminate the campaign, on Super Bowl Sunday, or February 1st, the halftime show will feature a video made by the NFL on domestic violence. The video will include players from each NFL team intermixed with ordinary women and key female figures in all aspects of life, discussing the effects of domestic violence and how the NFL is doing its part to end the abuse. Following the Ray Rice domestic violence incident, the public perception of the NFL has worsened. Opponents like the National Organization for Women, politicians, NFL sponsors, and even some NFL players have expressed contempt for the league's handling of the controversy. The Monday Night Mentions campaign will coincide neatly with the NFL's current efforts to combat domestic violence and raise personal conduct standards in the league. It is the goal of the campaign to increase awareness of the efforts the NFL is making in the category of domestic violence and personal conduct of the players and coaches for key publics such as fans, players, stakeholders, sponsors, and opponents. The campaign will also serve to drive more female viewership to the NFL, increase the leadership potential for women working in the NFL, and to potentially create more relationships for the NFL with women's organizations. One campaign objective is to quickly educate players and staff of the campaign through a press release and conference call with each team. This should occur by Sunday, November 16th at the very latest, as the first game we are beginning on is November 17th. The coaches and players are the forerunners for getting this campaign off the ground, and there should be a standard of excellence set for each Monday. Each team should have at least one tweet on a personal account for every 3 players on their roster. In a conference call or press release, discuss the use of TweetDeck and offer a tutorial for those who are unfamiliar with it. Put pressure on the coaches to hold their players accountable to follow through. Additionally, send press releases to key sponsors by Sunday, November 16th, such as PepsiCo, Verizon, and McDonald's, to educate them on the campaign and solicit support and participation. Another objective for the campaign is to receive at least 30,000 tweets with the hashtag Monday Night Mentions for the campaign kickoff on November 17th. Since it's just a week away, heavy marketing should be used on all forms of social media on Monday to engage followers. Halftime should generate the most Twitter buzz if we are reaching our followers to the fullest potential. A final objective for the campaign is to evaluate the first Monday Night Mentions and then begin to create a heavier television ad-based marketing plan for the campaign. Beginning Monday, November 24th, ads will appear in 4 commercial breaks a game until the end of the campaign. Each ad will include a new player or key female figure discussing the campaign and how to get involved. These short ads, 10 to 15 seconds long, will be compiled for the final video at the Super Bowl on February 1st. Fans are a huge target audience. They have been and will be the most affected by the negative connotation surrounding the NFL following the Rice controversy, and they will be the most necessary in efforts to raise public perception. Opponents are another target audience for the campaign. Politicians, athletes, fans, and women's organizations that do not believe the sincerity of the NFL's efforts will hopefully be engaged by the players' constant participation and the message behind it all. Athletes are the third and final target audience. Because the NFL is working towards combating domestic violence within its own organization first, it is important the athletes buy in, not only to remain proponents of their own organization, but also as a reminder of the role their personal lives play in the league as a whole. 3 key messages for the takeaway of this campaign are as follows. 1. The NFL cares deeply about the inclusion of women in its organization, not only as spectators and fans, but also as equals and as respected leaders in the workplace and in society. 2. The NFL is following through with promises made to address domestic violence in the league in real, tangible, and sincere ways. And 3. The NFL is hopeful for more partnerships with women's organizations and women leadership within the league. 3 strategies for this campaign are as follows. 1. Have clearly defined goals. Participants across Twitter will know exactly what the hashtag Monday Night Mentions stands for. For this understanding, television ads, social media blasts, and press releases to the public and in NFL newsletters will need to be clearly worded and widely circulated. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell should do all that he can to appear on television interviews to get the word out about the campaign, and the NFL should also encourage coaches and athletes from all 32 teams to play a large role in spreading the awareness. 2. Association with the most watched television channel event in the United States, the Super Bowl. Ending the campaign with the Super Bowl video at halftime will engage the most viewers the campaign will see throughout the season. Last year's Super Bowl was also the biggest U.S. live TV event on Twitter, so it will be a perfect way to end the largely Twitter-based campaign. A new hashtag, potentially Every Night Mentions, will be used that day. And 3. Partnerships with the domestic violence organizations as well as women's organizations and child abuse prevention organizations will help. Actively seeking partnerships throughout the rest of the season and campaign time will be beneficial for widespread awareness and the ability to actually make a difference in the organizations and the issue. The NFL should create a team of communications professionals to not only work on the campaign, but to do the pitching to important organizations we would like to partner with. 6 tactics include 1. Television advertisements. 2. Promoted Twitter advertisements. 3. Paid newspaper ads in each city of each Monday game. 4. Promotional bracelets for fans in attendance to each Monday night game during the campaign. 5. Media kit materials for reporters on the scene at games. And 6. Field painting. Monday Night Mentions to be painted on the field at each stadium every Monday night game. The total budget to be used or estimated for this campaign is $2,866,640. Throughout the campaign, the following should take place in order to properly evaluate it afterwards. Track the weekly number of Monday Night Mention hashtags received across the board and the demographics of those tweeters. Set higher goals after the first evaluation of engagement. Once campaign is over, analyze the demographics and compare it to the next poll on the public perception of the NFL to evaluate the success of the campaign. Send a survey to the NFL subscribers midway through the campaign, around December 22nd. Evaluate and adjust marketing plans and buzzwords used on social media after that. And finally, compare annual revenue this season with last and determine at what point fluctuations occurred in spends and gains. A properly run Monday Night Mentions campaign will hopefully serve to increase awareness of all that the NFL is doing in response to the Ray Rice domestic violence case.